million shillings, a bond of 25 million shillings, and a surety of a similar amount to secure his release from police custody. Following his arrest last Friday, you remember he's facing 6 charges of fraud, with the main one being receiving proceeds of crime to the tune of 7 billion shillings. His lawyers decried the high bond and bail terms, further terming his arrest and weekend detention as politically instigated. Sarafina Chiangoma opens our coverage this Monday with that report.
Mathira Member of Parliament Rigathi Gachagua was arrested last Friday and held in police custody over the weekend. Was on Monday morning presented before Chief Magistrate Lawrence Mugambi. Gachagua faces 6 charges amounting to over 7 billion shillings, which include conspiracy to commit an offence of corruption, fraudulent acquisition of public property, money laundering, acquisition of proceeds of crime, and conflict of interest. The court granted Gachagua a cash bail of 12 million shillings, a bond of 25 million shillings, and a surety of similar amount. Terms which Gachagua's defense counsel, led by senior counsel Kioko Kilukumi, termed unreasonable.
Why were they arresting the accused on a Friday, 3 a.m., just to keep him and punish him?
We strongly feel that the bond terms have been granted by the court were too high, and we want to urge the courts going forward to ensure that they adhere to the key tenets of bail's applications.
We do not want the court to be a captive or under the capture of the state, and therefore I think that in future we would expect more reasonable application.
And we hope that the judiciary stays away and avoids being abused and used by the executive to punish their perceived enemies.
His lawyers and political supporters now read malice in the current wars.
That we are seeing a series of what are political persecutions, not criminal prosecution of corruption cases. The astronomical figures that you've had in court this morning are nothing other than DCI Kinoti's way of trying to raise bail, high bail terms, as have been said by the lawyers.
Even the fact that they arrested him on Friday, kept him 3 days in, I think it is all abuse of power and abuse of office.
So there was no urgency to pick him up on a Friday. Obviously it was intended to ensure that he's punished by being held over the weekend.
You can imagine it's been 2 years since he recorded the statement, but even to date in court, what is needed to be provided for to the defense wasn't given.
Hii maneno yote tumekuwa tunaielewa, na hii maneno yote ya Rigathi Gachagua ni kama ile nilikuwa nayo, kama ile Moses Kuria alikuwa nayo, kama ile almost all the members of our team wamekuwa nayo.
The Defense Counsel called on the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, the Director of Public Prosecutions, and the court to be independent and follow the law on all procedures.